Hello and welcome to the episode of We're Family Myth, Realities, and the Future of the Idea. I'm your host, and I'm so excited to have you here today with us. We're diving into a topic that resonates with many families across the world: single parenthood. Specifically, we'll be focusing on unique challenges faced by single parents, their remarkable resilience, and the importance of community service in their lives in Hong Kong. Throughout this episode, we will hear from other experts who have studied single parenthood, family, as well as personal stories from single parents in Hong Kong. So sit back and enjoy.
Thank you, Christy, for your introduction to our podcast today. I'm Prismy, and welcome you all for joining our meaningful discussion here. We will definitely blow your mind and bring you insight into the community of single parents. Hong Kong, as a city infused with Western and Chinese culture, is deeply influenced by the traditional value of filial piety and always emphasize familial harmony. It is often for us to hear from the older generation that single parents disregard this traditional value. The traditional value of filial piety and family harmony makes people reluctant to talk about divorce and single parents, making it easier to bring misunderstanding to the position of single parents. And those kinds of misunderstandings make single parents more difficult to seek help. And social media also stigmatize single parents as irresponsible to their children without analyzing the root cause of single parents' households with a comprehensive approach, like considering the couple's personalities, social status, financial backgrounds, and etc. And from the data of the 2016 census, there were 56,545 single mothers and 16,883 single fathers. And this first breaks our rigid belief of the single parents community consists of females only. And Hong Kong single parents, including both mothers and fathers, are currently facing lots of challenges in terms of parent-child communication, social stigmatization, lack of community support, and so on. And we will illustrate one by one with solutions provided at the end of our podcast.
And also, main challenges faced by single parents. For instance, single parents having to juggle dual roles. Author Lee and Lau, from their research paper Child Care Practice of Single-Parent Families in Hong Kong, also highlighted single parents having to take the sole role of breadwinner and caregiver. Hong Kong is an expensive city to live in. Single working parents are often overburdened and underpaid compared to male single parents. Mothers face unemployment biases, while fathers lack support networks. There's also a lack of flexibility for single mothers between the long working hours and childcare responsibilities. I think it is important that single parents have access to adequate childcare services so that they can have sufficient quality time with their children, which is also very important. And I have also noticed challenges faced by single parents in Hong Kong. Like, single parents do juggle with dual roles like breadwinner and caregiver. Mothers face employment biases, while fathers lack support networks. Theon, do you know anything about father single parent in Hong Kong facing any challenges?
It's quite shockingly right. The children of single father they lack academically. Why? Maybe because lower parental involvement and socio-economic gaps. I do believe that there's targeted support is critical in this area.
Right. And I also heard you have some insights from Dr. Adam Chung's research on single parenthood in his paper. It's called Single Parenthood, Parental Involvement, and Students' Educational Outcome in Hong Kong. I was wondering if you could share what this research revealed about this topic.
Of course, this research paper was written by Dr. Adam Chung from Baptist University, and it uncovers significant disparities in education outcomes for children in single-parent family, particularly between those raised by single father and single mothers. The study also reveals that children raised by single father face significant disadvantage in their academic performance. In contrast, those with single mothers tend to perform similarly to their peers from two-parent families.
what contributes to this disparity?
Well, I think the negative effects links to single fatherhood are primarily contribute to poor social demographic backgrounds and reduces parental involvement. Maybe too busy to work and didn't get a lot of time to take care of their children. And also, the research paper does highlight the unique challenges this family faces. And Dr. Chan's research emphasize there's a pressed need for the target support and policies to address these unique challenges by those single father families. On this side, I know Themis has a story to share. Themis, can you tell us more about it?
Thank you, Fion and Christy, for a wonderful sharing on the challenges faced by single parents. Now, I would like to invite you to have a close look at the challenges single mothers face. Here are the real-life cases that happened in Hong Kong.
Hi, I'm Joey, a 33-year-old single mother. I have a daughter and a son. My husband unfortunately passed away in May 2023 due to a brain hemorrhage. I couldn't help but enjoy the sadness of losing my husband. In the past, my husband's business investment could cover the living expenses, but now it wasn't enough to support our child's upbringing. I felt helpless when I tried to take on sole parental responsibilities and took up a full-time job to support the family.
As you can hear, this tragic news resulted in an overwhelming wave of grief and responsibility, forcing her to navigate this challenge. In the past, there was a division of labor in Joey's family. Her husband supported them financially as a breadwinner. Joey was responsible for taking care of the family members as a caregiver. Now, she becomes a widow and faces the immense challenge of balancing work and motherhood. Under this hardship, she wants to provide her children quality parenting with love and emotional support. Meanwhile, the financial strain adds another layer of stress, making her mentally and physically exhausted. Here is another short clip that showcases another single mother's perspective.
Hello, I'm Qing Qing's mother. I divorced my husband and raised Qing Qing myself. We used to live in a private flat, but we moved to a subdivided flat due to a poor financial condition. I witnessed the changes in my 5-year-old daughter with little confidence. Qing Qing also told me that her peers asked about her family situation, and she preferred answering that her father and mother did not live together, rather than saying we are separated.
In this case, Qing Qing's hesitation reflects the intersectional stigma. It can be explained that the current cultural norms may possibly idealize and view nuclear family structures as normal, but label single-parent households as incomplete. This implicitly reflects single parents' difficulties in helping their children to better process their concepts of family and relationships. These two cases reveal that gender, socio-economic status, marital status, and culture can intersect and multiply the single parents' difficulties. Now, let's move on to talk about the impacts on children who are raised in single-parent households, shall we? As Fion has demonstrated to us that lower parental involvement under a single-parent household would affect the academic performance of children negatively. Other than academic performance, a single-parent household would also harm children mentally. Previously, I have read a book named 7 Steps to Break Free from People-Pleasing, Fear of Abandonment, Jealousy, and Anxiety in Relationships. This book contextualized how single-parent household would have led to people-pleasing symptoms. By witnessing parental fights, children as under the fear of abandonment and rejection, they tend to act as good kids to maintain family stability. If a single parent remarries and had new children, it intensifies children's people-pleasing behavior to secure familial belonging. And it is believed that the major reasoning driving these symptoms is because of self-blame, a sense of regret, anxiety of being replaced, or loss of parental love. And at the end, they would dishonor their own needs by prioritizing others and suppressing own emotions to avoid conflicts. and this affects their formulation of intimate relationships with the surroundings, and it increases their chances of being betrayed as well.
Apart from mentioned impacts, the following scenario may allow you to feel from a child's perspective. Let's imagine that you are an 11-year-old kid. Your peers are typically thinking about what to play during their leisure time, when to hang out with friends, or just worrying about their homework. But you have to take care of your 2 younger siblings and teach them how to do their homework, picking them up and dropping them off at school. This is because your single mother or father works tirelessly to make ends meet, to support the family financially. The research written by Leung et al. 2023 highlighted that this is the parentification phenomenon, in which the oldest children often need to take on adult caregiving roles like their parents. These adult-like children learn to put others' needs before their own. But it is observed that these actions will be praised with phrases such as mature, responsible in society. But it is noted that children will have greater anxiety problems when they have to fulfill greater instrumental and emotional filial responsibilities in performing household duties and providing emotional support for their mothers who are distressed. The societal expectation will reinforce how children should behave, as they believe and feel obligated to repay parental sacrifices. This may create an ongoing cycle of harm, leading to the loss of children's happy childhood time and result in children's poorer mental health problems. Before moving to the next section, let's pause and think about the possible solutions and the actions that should be taken by different stakeholders. Go and find out from Fion's and Theodora's sharing.
Thank you, Themis. Talking about solution, I'd like to share some views about the positive impact that extended family can have from a newspaper named Kuttan Valley Times. There's this article called The Role of Extended Family in Child Development. It provides emotional, practical, and financial support for single-parent families. This assistance can significantly enhance child care and improve economic security, giving single parents the stability they need. For example, in Singapore, the government gives extensive allowance to young couples on purchasing their first home if the location is near their extended family. Thus, when, unfortunately, the couple get divorced, the extended family members can provide support in a less hectic way. What are some ways communities can facilitate this support? Theodora, do you have any ideas to share?
Oh yes, I agree with you, Fion. Extended family support plays an important role for single parents. So yes, I would like to suggest some ways in this topic. First, let us consider flexible work schedules. I think that the traditional 9 to 5 workday can be a significant barrier for single parents striving to balance their professional and family commitments. By promoting flexible working hours like work from home or job sharing initiatives, maybe it can help single parents create a work-life balance that suits their unique situations. So you guys try to imagine a single parent who has the opportunity to work from home, attending Zoom meetings during their child's nap time. I think this not only helps them manage their responsibilities, but also allows them to spend quality time with their extended families as well. The benefits of these arrangements may foster stronger family bonds and enhance overall well-being.
So far, you have heard that single parents facing various challenges. However, there is a bright future with policies introduced by the government. Recently, Hong Kong government has also introduced a social welfare policy called the Community Living Room, which allowed the single parents family in disadvantages to have more space for them to share family time, alleviating the problem of limited living space while benefiting the neighborhood by strengthening the community bonds. We still get lots of cases we'd like to share with you. For example, the cases of Gary and Ken highlighted in the Sunday report. Let me give you a general introduction to their cases, and we will dive deep into their interviews and what messages they will share with us in the next podcast. Ken is a divorced father who is eager to create memories with his son. However, he faced various struggles as a divorced partner with his ex-wife. For example, he was troubled by the last-minute visitation cancellations from his ex-wife with unjustified reasons like his son's test and friends' gatherings. This shows a lack of communication and cooperation between Ken and his ex-wife, and this leaves Ken's son yearning for the parental bonds he so desperately needs. And for the case of Gary, he expressed his view towards social stigmatization towards positions of father after divorce. For example, he believed that society tends to label divorced fathers as distant or indifferent towards their children after divorce, and which caused mistrust and resentment in the children's immature mind. And this eventually led to trust issues, distorted views of relationships, and an idealization of rigid family structures. So now, after you hear this brief introduction, does that sound attractive? I'm looking forward to having Gary and Ken and another mysterious guest, a social worker with rich experience in programming parental education, to have an interview with us. Stay tuned and let's build a great future for our single parents household.
Thank you everyone for listening to the podcast.